Okay, tonight we're going to talk about some pretty cool features in the new Katmai SSMS GUI. And one of the reasons I'm talking about this is because I tend to bash Microsoft quite a bit for the stuff they don't put in there for DBAs, and they seem to be really more developer centric. So when I find good stuff like this, I like to throw them a little love at the same time. So the first feature we're going to talk about, and this is going to be a quick video because there's not much to say about it. It's just I'm just going to show you these new features, right? But they're really cool. So the first feature we're going to talk about is going to it's going to cover the problem of knowing which box you're on, and it's always been a problem that when you connect to a server, say you've got a production server and a dev server, that you don't want to accidentally make unwanted changes to your production environment, right? So you keep coming up here and you keep having to check, okay, let's see, I am on the local copy. Okay, that's right. That's not production, so I can do that. Okay, good. So, and you keep having to check again and again and again to make sure which server you're on, especially when you're flipping through Windows, right? Well, they've done something here for you that is actually going to be pretty cool. Let me start here. Oops, that's actually not what I wanted to do. Okay, so in your registration properties, in your registered servers, you right click on the server and you come down here to properties. Come over here to connection properties, and down here on the bottom you'll see use custom color. Okay, and what I'm going to use, I'm going to call this my production server. Actually, I'll call this one my dev server because it kind of is. And I'm going to make that green, as in green because it's okay to make changes. And I'm going to make this one here my production server. I'm going to use custom colors and say that it's not okay to make changes here, and I need to at the very least I need to be aware that I'm making changes there. So if I double click here and then start up a connection, you notice how down here at the bottom where it says connected 1 of 1, that's turned red now. So that's a visual indicator that I'm on my production server. And when I come here to my local server, oh, that's because I'm not registered as that. Yeah, that's fine. Here, let me get rid of that. So when I come here and do that, and why are you being that way? Did I not? Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet I have to actually disconnect and completely reconnect. So I come here, go there, connect. There we go, and now it's green. So now I know, let me get rid of that old connection. I probably have a couple of those. There it is. Okay, so now I know without a doubt, how many of these windows do I have open? There we go. Without a doubt, which server I'm on by looking at, or at least which environment I'm in, right? By looking at the color codes down at the bottom. So here it's safe to make changes. Here I better be double sure what I'm doing because it's red. So anyway, that's a really nice feature. A few other editors, third-party editors will allow you to actually change the background color. And I've been talking to the guys at Microsoft that write that write SMS, and they say they've got something else planned, and this is just laying the groundwork. So, they're not really telling us what it is yet, but as soon as I hear something, I'll let you know if it's not under NDA. So the next one is actually really, really cool. There's one that kind of goes hand in hand with the other one. So if I'm here, and I'll just use this one because I know it's got a couple different databases on it. Okay, so I'll use the one here for my IT bookworm. And if I am in, there you go, and I hit F7 to get the Object Explorer details, the OED, but you can easily come here and get it as well, right? But you hit it with F7. And when you highlight a database, any database, you can come down here, right here where you see the database name, and pull and drag that up like that. And then you can get some default database information. And there's nothing really that you can do with this. You can't arrange it or do anything else with it. You can just see it. You know, you can just get it like that. But it's still pretty cool, right? I mean, you can get some default database information. I think what is actually more useful, and this isn't a bad feature. One of the things I don't like about this, the way they've done it, is the fact that size is up here, and then space used is here, and then space available is here, and then index space is here. I would like to see all of the space stuff together, because if I'm looking at one, I usually want to see the others, right? So that's actually going to come in here next. If you click on databases themselves, you see how you've got all of these columns up here. And if you right click on the column header, you can see all of the columns that you can add. And what's really nifty, here, let me go ahead and take policy health state out of there because I don't want it. Last backup date is good, last log backup date. Recovery model is okay, compatibility, all of that, right? But what's really nifty, when I do this, let's say I want to say size, and I want to see space used, and I want to see space available, and I want to see index space. Okay, so I want to see all of those. And notice how they've all migrated to the back, right? I don't even know if I can choose all of these at once. Nope. So you got to drag them over there. You can drag them over there, and unfortunately you got to kind of drag them one by one. So I'll drag this over here because I want this information way up front, right? There we go. So I want the name and I want the size. I want to see how big it is right away. And I'm going to say data space. I'm going to, let's just kind of inch these along one at a time, right? Oops. I want that. I want that. I want that all the way up there. I want that all the way up there. I want that all the way up there. And we're getting there, aren't we? There we go. So I've got space used, space available, index space. I want to go one more, don't I? 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now, that was a little bit of work, and the more I do, the more work it's going to be, right? So I can, and I could have just as easily have killed all those other ones. In fact, that may have been more efficient, right? To kill all the other ones and then add them back, because it would have added them onto the end and it would have put these guys where I wanted them. But and down here at the bottom, you can reset the view. You can't see it because it's outside of the screen capture. But at the bottom here, there's one called Reset View, and it'll reset everything you want. Now that was a little bit of work, right? But the good news is it persists. So when I'm here and I go to all the databases, I can see all that information. When I do it for the next server, I can see all the information. So this works all the way back to, well, I've tested it all the way down to Yukon, so, but I'm assuming that it works on 2000 as well. But it persists per user on the server. So, you know, when I shut down my workstation and bring it back up, this is gonna be retained. So it's not like you have to do all of this work every single time you want to do it. You only have to do it once. And here's another cool thing. This is along the same lines, but it's still mega cool. When I'm here in tables, I can get the same thing, right? So let's kill policy health, and let's kill schema, and let's kill create date. We're going to go ahead and do it the way I said before. So I want to see, first off, I want to see row count. Then I want to see data space. Then I want to see index space. And I may want to see owner in there somewhere. Schema, right? Now the schema I can drag up there. I may even want to put schema first, right? No, let's put schema second. There we go. So now whenever I bring up my tables, look at that. I've got all of the important information, and I can sort by it. I can sort by all the important information, right? I mean, that's just really cool, right? So those are, you know, those are a couple of the improvements that they've made for DBAs and Katmai and SMS. And again, these changes persist, and they're per user, so they're stored in your personal profile. So if somebody else uses your box, then they'll have to set their own. And I'm pretty sure, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. But anyway, I think that's all I have this time. So enjoy.